Hey guys, so tonight is the second Monday of October, and I wanted to talk tonight about sharing your story and offer you guys some tips on how to do that. Connecting people and actually building the bond through social media is so huge and so much a big part of what we do because people are not buying our product, people are buying us. So, and this is something that I struggled with for a while because I just felt like I couldn't put myself out there. I felt like people were going to judge me. And you just have to push through that fear because the posts that I was the most terrified to actually hit submit post are the ones I got the most likes, the most comments, the most like people messaging me saying that they really, really appreciate me sharing it. And that is why you just have to bust out of your comfort zone and do it. Just 1 second. Okay. All right, sorry. So I do have a PowerPoint. I've watched a bunch of videos from other coaches on kind of how they do it. If you're not already following Debbie Potter, make sure you follow her. She is in April's team, and she's really great at sharing her story. And it's nice to kind of see someone else's take. So make sure you check out her. If you're still not sure, then I just put YouTube. I Googled Beachbody sharing your story, and I got a ton of videos. So that's another way that you can get some more ideas if you're not really sure what to do. So I will share my screen and show you the PowerPoint that I have. Let's see if this is going to work. Oops. Okay. I'm not actually going to put it into presentation mode because it's harder to get out. But sharing your story doesn't have to be taking everything about your life and cramming it all into one post and making people go, holy shit, this girl is a hot mess and a train wreck. You want to sprinkle it in throughout your posts throughout the week so that people can connect with little parts of your story. You want to share little pieces of it, not necessarily the whole thing all at once, because people are just going to be completely overwhelmed and it's going to make them back off. So just pick certain pieces and then share that. So here are some ways that you can share it. First, what you want to know is who you are and who you're trying to attract. For me, I know I'm not going to attract moms. I'm not going to attract people who work full time because that's not who I am. And that's okay because there are other people and there's other coaches on our team who that is their target market. Like Heather, I know you work full time, so you can connect with people that work versus someone who works from home. And then the other thing is you want to sprinkle your posts or your business into your posts every single day. And that doesn't necessarily mean, here's a challenge pack, here's my link, let me know if you want to join my challenge group. It can be as simple as, your sweaty selfie pic and talking about how your workout kicked your butt, but you feel so much better. Because that is part of your business. And that's getting people's minds going, okay, what's this girl doing? So don't overthink it and think you have to do like stock photos and all that kind of thing. Just anything that ties into your life. So, if you're drinking your shake, you can take a picture and say how much energy it gives you or how you don't crave cookies all the time now, or things like that. Okay, people need to want to come to your page every day. This one I just took from a top 10 coach in her a video that I watched, and she said, make people want to come to your page. So offer value, offer something that makes them curious as to what you're doing every day. Not the same posts every single day, day in and day out, where people get bored. And you can do this by doing your little sprinkle posts about how you feel, or offering some free value. Things like sharing recipes, different ways to maybe spice up your water, things like that, that make people wonder what you're up to that day. Posts about your pets, about your kids, just about your life. And then you also want to share stories that relate to your business. So anything that you earn, anything that you win, if you have a success story, anything that is positive, that's going to really get people excited for you, that has to do with the business, make sure you share that. That's why I really try and do the Success Club posts and anything that I can shout you guys out, because that's just going to make people sit there and go, what's this girl doing? I see this girl's always shouting her out. So you can do that for yourself. When I did Punta Cana, when I registered to go, I made a post that we were going to Punta Cana for Beachbody and that I potentially could go for free. Actually, I think I just said we were going for free because I made it non-negotiable. And then when I got the email saying that I had officially earned it all, I made another post saying that we had earned the trip. And now I didn't say, Beachbody gave me this trip, because no, I had to work my butt off to get it for free, but it's just something that they do for their coaches. So that's one way that you can get people interested and kind of sprinkle into it your life and kind of the business. And then this is probably the biggest one, is be relatable. I know what April has said too before when she started, everything she posted was about her workouts, about the healthy food she ate. And she said she was not relatable. People were like, who is this fitness robot who eats salads for every meal? So you want to share your slip-ups. You want to share your successes. You want to share anything that you can, because you want people to be able to relate to you and see that you're not perfect, you're not a robot, you're normal just like they are, you struggle just like they do, but you have the tools to help you and you are able to help other people. So these are some tips now for how I have kind of come up with what part of my story to share. Because everybody says, I don't really have anything. Yes, you do. You're just not thinking hard enough if you say you don't have a story. So sit down and brainstorm about what makes you, you. I even have a little sticky note stuck to the side of my wall right by my computer that I have everything that I have about my story, that my target market, I want to have something in common with them. And you can go back as far as childhood, and anything that shaped you or impacted your life, just write it down. If it's good, if it's bad, just write it all down, because you never know when you might be ready to use that or sprinkle it in. And there's things that people just aren't ready to share or don't want to share, and that's totally fine. Do not feel like you have to put yourself out there if it's something that you are just not ready to share. But also know that the posts that you're scared to do are the ones that are going to help the most people. I know April has said her parents didn't even know that she had an eating disorder until she posted it on social media after she signed up to coach that she had struggled with an eating disorder. So things like that, it's, it's going to help you connect with people. So be brave and just do it. If you need me to help you kind of come up with a word, I can do that. The two biggest posts that I was the most terrified to do were the one where I talked about having an eating disorder and the one where I talked about being depressed and having to take antidepressants. Both of them, I literally had to click post, put my phone down, and walk away because I felt sick. And both of those got the highest likes, the most comments, the most messages from people saying, thank you so much. I thought I was alone. More people need to realize that, this is okay to talk about. So your story is going to help people. And that's what's going to make them relate and want to work with you. Because everybody has something in common with somebody. So people may not have anything in common with me, but they may have everything in common with you, and you would be the perfect fit for them. So like I said, just write it all down, and then use those things to sprinkle into your posts. Now, don't do them all, but once a week, twice a week, you can use one or two of them, and it just kind of keeps people engaged and lets people connect with you. So like mine, I have like 10 things on my list for my story. It's dog lover and dog mom, horse lover. I was homeschooled. I love margaritas. I love shopping, anything Nike. I love naps. I love staying home. I had an eating disorder, and I suffer from depression. So those, I try and always make sure when I post that my post is talking to someone who can fit into one of those categories. Very often it's the naps or the margaritas, but I still try and make sure that every single post can fit into one of those. And then facts tell, but stories sell. The stories are what's going to actually make people pull the trigger, make people join you. You can tell them every day, all day, Shakeology is good for you. It has blah, blah, blah vitamins. It has this superfood and that superfood. But when you say, I drink Shakeology every day because I have more energy, I feel better, my stomach doesn't hurt, I haven't been sick, anything, suddenly it becomes so much more connectable because it's an actual story from a real person and not a fact from a nutrition label. And you can do that with the workouts. You can do that with the coaching opportunity. Anything you can tie in and make it your story. And then when you post, try and post like you're talking to one person rather than just being general. So like for a challenge group post, instead of saying like, let's all do this together or something, you could say, I want to do this with you. And then it drills it down like you're talking to one person. And when you look through other coaches' posts, the ones that kind of come across a little more genuine are the ones that sound like they're talking to one person, because that person that needs to hear that is going to see it, it's going to connect with them, and then it's not so, I'm just going to take anybody that wants to do it. It's, I want you. And that is one thing I need to do better on, but the posts, when I really do that, like I'm talking to one person, people feel so much more connected. Let me stop sharing. So that was all that I had for the slides, but I know sharing your story can be really hard. It can be really overwhelming, and you want to make sure that you're not sharing the same story over and over and over. So every week, I don't want to post, I have depression. I have depression. I have to take medicine. You have to mix it up, or people are just going to be like, okay, yes, we know you're depressed. Sorry. And there's so many things that you can talk about. So don't ever feel like you're going to run out of things. And if you do feel like you don't have anything to post about, just sit down, take a piece of paper, and think about what you like, what, things that have happened, things that have kind of made you who you are. And it could be anything from, I know the one, Amy Silverman just did a post, and she was like, things to connect with her. She's a college dropout. She suffered from eating disorders. She suffered from drug abuse. She's a recovering alcoholic. So by putting that out there, those people draw to her because instantly they have something in common with her. So just try and think about anything that you could talk to somebody about and that you might have in common with them. So that was really all that I had. I hope that helps. And if you guys have any questions, do you have any questions, Heather? How was your vacation? Let me unmute you.
It was good. I was happy to come back, though.
How long were you gone?
12 days.
It seemed like you were gone forever.
I know, yeah.
Well, good. All right, well, I am going to stop the recording. I will post this in the team page as soon as it uploads, and let me know if you guys have any questions.